Are you listening? Damn.
I am Damian Hill. Joined with me tonight is Davy Young. This is the Combat Report. And Davy, you are getting to fight this Saturday, or getting ready to fight this Saturday. Uh, I believe you're going out to Philly and you're facing a guy named Will Dill. Um, kind of. I laughed the first time I heard the name, but I don't want to be mean. You don't choose your name, you know. But uh, have you been able to look up your opponent and what do you think about him?
Yeah, so he's just a brawler. He's come there to scrap. He comes to scrap. I know he's been like wrestling and grappling for like 15 plus years that he says, but um he just likes to, I guess, come forward, get you against the cage, get you a little tired out. Um he does get winded pretty quickly, so it's a pretty good game plan for us too.
Yeah. Yeah, I checked out a few of his fights, you know, and I even looked at his record. He fought all the way back in 2013 is when he started as an
Yeah.
amateur. I mean, so he's been at this for a long time, and he has developed somewhat of a tricky game. You know, it's kind of hard to figure out a little bit, like when you're watching him, what style of fighter is he? You know, because like he doesn't fit the basic mold for all those things. So how do you prepare for a guy like that?
I think the best thing is being able to be adaptable, right? Adapting to whatever that he wants to do. If he wants to switch back and forth in southpaw to orthodox, but not really do anything with it. Not getting baited into anything. Getting that distance, keep because he's shorter, smaller arms. Um, Keeping that distance away. Jabbing to the body, messing up his body, getting him winded and tired. Um, Try to force him to shoot and make stupid mistakes. And he does a lot of windy, like wide punches, right? So getting him the bait on those is what's going to be probably the key in this fight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have noticed that he likes to counter a lot. He doesn't go with too much offense. He waits for his opponent to come in, and it's one of those things with your style. You kind of are a little bit aggressive at times. So, what have you been doing to make sure that you don't fall into his game plan?
Patient. I mean, I've developed in the last, what is it, 8 months, 6 months? No, I would say since I'd say a year, man. Honestly, my patience has gotten so much better with striking. Being able to train with guys like Nate Richardson, Tony Woods, getting trained with Mike Richmond, Pat Barry, really helping me settle down and get my patience in there. Coach Delenko has gotten my striking unbelievable. Um, and I would say more the IQ, right? My IQ has gotten super high, especially with striking. I'm understanding distance control, understanding angles, understanding with feints, using my jab a lot more, understanding how to make somebody move where you want to move them, kind of like playing chess.
Yeah. Do you
Mm-hmm.
do you feel like this fight is gonna be on the feet primarily, or do you see it going to the ground at any point?
I think I'm going to try to keep it on the feet as much as possible. But if he wants to go to the ground, I mean that's his mistake. And get scrambled up real quick and maybe submitted, but or just back taken and finished. But if he wants to stand there, it's kind of going to see, he's going to get pieced up on the feet, and we'll see what he does with that after round one if it makes it that far. Um, round two is going to be a lot of seeing how his gas tank is. I'm really interested in it. In a lot of his fights, he gets extremely tired, especially when people take his back or put him in a front head. He doesn't seem like he knows what to do in that position. He just kind of shells up and gives up.
Yeah. Okay. Now, when how do I say this without sounding like a dick? Um,
Sound like a
when
dick
you're
in comparison.
when when you're studying and watching these fights and stuff, the little gaps that you see in the opponent and everything, or habits even. Uh,
Yeah.
I without like trying to give it away. Also, you know, in case your opponent watches this, have you noticed anything? And do you have something in your back pocket that you think you can go to, uh, because he has these habits?
It's just, his patience, like not really his patience, but I feel like his waiting, wanting to counter strike, do things like that, we can kind of feint that out of him, make him make a mistake, make him come too wide and just straight shot. Boom. right down the middle, every single, like all day. This is going to be more of a pick apart fight for me. Um, I know a lot of times my fights have been, especially with the striking, have been very raw and just coming forward and being very explosive. That's not who I am anymore. I'm very big on hitting angles. I'm very big on keeping my distance and using my jab to set up my shots. No extending, everything just comes straight from the chin. There's no wind up, there's no tells really. So it's gonna be interesting to see how I can do against an opponent that I would say is more of a brawler than a fighter.
Well, you made a very big statement in your last victory with that armbar, and you after we spoke to you, you said that you weren't even planning on going to the ground at all. You were planning on staying on the feet. But you were able to make a statement, just improvised it in the fight. You talk about your fight IQ and engaging things like that. I believe you in your last performance. What type of statement are you looking to make with this fight? And what are you looking for? What does it set you up for next?
The statement I would say is going to be it's levels to this shit. You know what I mean? That you can't just come out there and not go out there and engage and think you're just going to sit back and counter strike and wait for somebody else to make a move. This is a game of inches. This is a game of, if you want to leave it to the judges, that's up to you, but that's not what I'm going to do, right? It's going to be a clear-cut domination, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm still going to treat this kid like he's a world champion, no matter what his record is or who he is. But it's going to be the smart IQ that I'm going to do. And I think one of the biggest advantages that I have like that is my teammates. He claims he trains with a bunch of killers. Cool. I train with world champions. Oh, yeah. And I'm an actual certified killer. I've been trained. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's, I think that's going to be the biggest thing. And then next thing up, I think is going to be just continue to get these wins. We try to rally off about 4 more wins and then see what we can do with either, contender series, anything like that I can get called up to.
Oh yeah.
Maybe go fight for a title for Jeremy or maybe fight one of his guys or go fight for Fury or something like that after.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now
I think with Nate's world title fight coming up, I know he's gonna beat the hell out this kid next, and when he wins, he's probably gonna go to the UFC, and hopefully then I can slide into his spot at 45 and then just be, just keep the belt in Minnesota.
Oh hell yeah, dude! You got it all mapped out. I love it. Now,
oh yeah.
Now, how can people watch this fight since it's out of state?
So it's gonna be a pay-per-view fight. I think it's like $32.99. I think it's called the Star Refund app. You can go to like my Instagram, and then that will have the link to it as well on there. Instagram is just _the_Apex_P on the Instagram, and then I think it's like $32.
Okay, perfect. And then I'll get all the link and all that stuff posted in there in the video and all that stuff too. But so I guess now done talking about the fight, I kind of want to get into the aspect of all the people that you're training with and all the other world champions. You guys have all been staying pretty busy too. How do you get the focus that you need for your camp and also being a good training partner for them and being what they need for their camps while it's all going on at the same time? How do you guys balance that?
I think the work gym has now partnered up with the academy, which is amazing. It's a super dope collab. So we go spar with them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do all Wednesdays with them. They got some hammers over there. They got Quang, who's like 7-0. They got John Castaneda, who's in the UFC. They got Cannon Swanson, who's also a banger. They have Mitch, who's also crazy banger as well. Griffin Perriott, who is a D1 wrestler. And then you got the guys at our gym are just animals. Nate Richardson, one. He's insane. He's kind of psychotic. I love him. Shamar Williams, who we went to the same high school, and the dude is just unbelievably talented. His angles and the way he can fight, he kind of fights like an Aljamain Sterling, but a lot stronger and bigger. But I think that collabs what's helped the most with everybody, getting everybody prepared for their fights.
Yeah, well, that's kind of crazy that all of you guys train and work together, because I wouldn't say that you guys don't have some similarities. All teammates definitely do. but none of you guys fight exactly the same. It's not a cookie cutter type of fighting style that you see when
Mhm.
like other gyms. They'll have everybody throws the kick the same way. Uh,
Yeah.
it's kind of. I just kind of made that connection. There's not a question in there. Yeah, but
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, having so many different styles just allows like, Troy Jones, big as hell, long kickboxer that'll kick you right in the face and knock you out, like his one highlight fight. And then you got Mike Richmond, short, stubby, not short, but stubbier guy that would probably knock you out with his two or drop you to the body with his two, who just has unbelievable boxing. And then you got Nate Richardson, who has a crazy amount of kickboxing. Then you go to Cannon, whose jiu-jitsu is insane. So it's so fun having so many different types of people to just train with and spar with that it allows me to become adaptable to any
yeah,
opponent that I fight.
yeah. No, it's hard not to grow and learn when you have that many varieties of training partners, and it's hard not to gain the confidence going into a fight with your next opponent, William Dill, where he he has not. I mean, I don't know what he's like in the gym, but he has not performed at the level or from what I've seen from your teammates. So I know that that gives you another level of confidence. But with that being said, he also has been training for a long time. And
Yep.
one thing that they've mentioned in his fights, and he's even mentioned in his interviews before, was his patience and he waits, and then being a veteran and knowing how to work the game. Because there are some times where it's like a guy could be losing, but they steal the round because they kept nothing, they made nothing happen, and then they did something finally,
Yeah.
and it's like that's like a veteran move sometimes. Do you think that he does that on purpose, or is it one of those things that it's just his style?
I think it's just his style. He's not very explosive. He's not go getter. He's more of I'm just gonna wait and let it come to me, and maybe if it does, it doesn't seem like he really is out there trying to go get the win. It's like he's just participating.
Yeah,
And like you know what I mean. Compared to I'm going out there to compete. You know what I mean? I'm not going out there just to try to knock you out. I'm going out there to compete with you. And you better come to compete because every position you're gonna have to compete with me in striking, grappling, wrestling, whatever it is going to be. It's just going to be a competition. But it doesn't seem like he has that, that go get it.
yeah, yeah. One thing too, when I was watching him grapple, almost every time when you watch people grapple, you know who the wrestler was, who's looking for the
Mm-hmm.
takedown, and then at least who's the better one is. With him, I don't really see too much offensive wrestling, or the times that I do, it seems like it's learned as he's been in MMA. But the one
Mm-hmm.
thing that he does possess are these like weirdly amazing escapes and reversals. I don't know if you've seen any
Yeah.
of his fights, but I'm like, I don't know
Oh yeah.
how he does that, but he gets
Well, his
out or he
opponents,
reverses.
all of his opponents are all high. They like his opponents that he's fought don't understand weight transfer. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
if they're too high, if they make a mistake, he kind of like he said, his patience. He'll get beat up a little bit, get punched in the face, and then his opponent will get too high or get too excited, and then he'll make his move. And then
yeah,
he'll sit there and hold, catch his breath, get a couple hits, and then they get stand up. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the same story in every one of his fights.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't sound too impressed.
And it's not a sense of not impressed. It's just I'm ready to compete and I want him to be in the best shape of his life. I know he's kind of coming off the couch. He had to pass a drug test just to get this fight. Um, yeah, so I don't know what that's about, but um, I just hope he comes competing, not that lackadaisical that he needs, because I've been training so hard for this, and I hope he comes to compete. I'm not trying to sit around and dance with you or just go in a fucking circle and while you're just sitting there walking. I want to compete.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna be patient as well. I'm not gonna go out there and bull rush him, but I hope he can compete. I hope he can catch and shoot. I hope he can return and kick. You know what I mean? I hope he can scramble. I hope he knows how to do chain wrestling, chain jiu-jitsu, train like all of that. Because I do this fighting because it's fun to me and it's something that I like to do as a competition. You know what I mean? It's not for me. It's a slow pace, boring fight. All of that, like that's cool. That's fun. It's not really fun, but that's cool. But I'm coming out there to compete, and I
yeah.
hope that he is too because I put so much hard work into this camp, like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those things because I've been one of those fighters too. It's not just the victory, it's the performance as well. If I
Hmm.
don't, I want to be able to show people a video of me fighting, and I know people are only gonna watch for 30 seconds, but my whole fight was exciting. So they're gonna look away or whatever. But when I'm try catching somebody's attention and keeping somebody watching when you have a dance partner that won't dance with you, it is
Hmm.
disheartening. And it's one of those things trying to make them fight outside of their element. How how you know what? I don't want to get too far into it, but is there a way to get them out of that element and force them to fight?
Punch him in the fucking face. I
Oh
think if I
yeah,
punch him in the face at least 50 fucking times, he's either gonna fold or he's gonna get pissed off and do something stupid where I'm gonna capitalize off. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I think in knowing him, continuously on him, that pressure that I have, it's more of I have still a really big pressure, but it's a patient pressure, right?
yeah,
Um, I have gotten the ability now to understand boxing a lot better. To where now it's understanding that pressure, being able to jab, catch and shoot, understanding combinations, understanding when I need to go to the body, when I need to go to the head, understanding where I need to put him or my foot placement as well. You know what I mean? Footwork. Beating his outside foot all the time, getting that triangle to shoot right down the middle with a two, taking that 45 just to get that angle, leg kick, or make him do something stupid and Sean O'Malley him. You know what I mean? Like Sean did to
yeah,
Aljamain Sterling.
yeah. No, I definitely understand. Now, it's exciting, dude. To know that you're fighting this weekend. I'm sorry that we waited till fight week to reach out to you and everything. But how's the weight cut going? And do you have a lot to cut?
No, I'm like
Yeah.
157 right
Oh,
now.
nice. Yeah, you're good. And
Yeah,
it's at 45. Or no, it's
not
at
50. He can't.
50.
Yeah, 50. I don't think he can
Okay.
make 45. I
Yeah,
know his
I
last
don't
fight.
think he's
I think he missed weight his last fight. That's 55 even. So
okay.
we're gonna see. I mean, we're going out there to fight. You know what I mean? We're going out there we're going out to his hometown to go do all that. And I hope it's a competition. You know what I mean? I hope I
Yeah.
can bring. I got a lot of people that are going to be watching, and some people that are coming. So I hope I can put on a show for everybody and be able to show some high level fighting, some high level IQ, and actually a mixed martial art fight, not just a wrestling match or a hugging me against the cage like most of my opponents do, or like somebody just wildly coming out there and swinging. I hope we can do like a nice chess match. I want to have one of those Angel Pacheco fights. Angel Pacheco UFC contender fights. That really excites me. You know what I mean? Those are some fights that I really want.
Oh, hell yeah. No, I'm excited to see this fight. I can't wait. Again, we'll have the link in the description of the video and everything. But before we wrap it up, anybody you'd like to shout out or thank or any sponsors?
Of course. So first off, I want to thank my coaches. I would not be here without them, man. Them guys have given me so much support and love and have helped me so much over this journey. Even though my record's not the best, that's cool. That's fine. Um, what's been the biggest thing for me is being able to grow as a fighter and as a teammate. Um, all my teammates, especially, Nate Richardson, Tim Bender, Shamar Williams, Randy Santiago, Andre Seller, John Castaneda, on all the academy guys over there. Another sponsor I would hit out is Yama Sarduzzi. He's sponsoring one of his restaurants, Ariana Bistro in St. Louis Park. Best euros you've ever had in your life. You better go there and get one. I'm serious. You've been there yet?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And you open up a new one, Spicy Feta. I think it's on University, and then one on Snelling.
Oh, okay.
Another sponsor, yeah, one other sponsor I want to shout out there is Chad Olson's Cutting Edge Builder. He builds with residential homes. He's one of the guys who's been helping me for a long time. Been really supporting me as well. Another sponsor I want to shout out would be Heartbreakers in Chaska, where you can go watch my fight. If you guys don't want to pay the money to go watch, you guys can go to Heartbreakers in Chaska. They'll be playing it on all I think they're like 10 TVs. They have great food, good atmosphere, pool, darts. If you guys want to go hang out, it'd be greatly appreciated. Um, Another person I want to shout out is going to be my roommates, Cody and Joe. Those guys have helped me so much, man. Helping me with being able to train at a full-time capacity, being able to help out with what I need to. My friends, my family, everybody that's just been helping me out, man. And and shout out, with my kid coming here in about a month. That's really I'm really excited for too. I'm sitting in his room actually. This is what. All right, can I turn this around? I don't think I can turn. You can't turn Skype around, can you?
I'm not sure.
Nah, but we got his nursery. We just finished up his nursery.
Nice.
Yeah, super sick. So yeah, it's been a super big fun opportunity this fight camp has been, and a lot of people have helped me, and I'm sorry if I forgot anybody else, but you guys know who you are, and I appreciate you so much.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm glad that you have the support that you do. I can't wait to see the performance, and it sounds like a good time out there. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. People watching, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and we greatly appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let's get that dub. Bring it back. Minnesota represent.